Joshiebear plays Minecraft.
What is going on, everyone? It's Joshiebear here, and we are playing the Minecraft. I can't believe I remember how that actually went. But yes, welcome. I'm back. It's been so long. Way too long. A lot has changed in my favorite game, and I've already started to explore that. I know, Let's Play series usually begin from the beginning, but I've got so much time into this world so far. Why not just start here? We've all seen people survive the night. We've all seen people go into hidey holes. And, well, quite frankly, I'm tired of doing that. No, but seriously, we've already put in so much work here in the world that I figure, if I'm getting back into this, I might as well jump off right where I am. I mean, why just throw away all that time? So here we are in my new Let's Play world. And as you can see behind me, there's not a whole lot going on. You can't see the other stuff that's in front of me. But yes, I'm past all of the beginning game grindy stuff, and I'm getting to a point where things are starting to be automated, and it's going to allow us to do much, much bigger, better things. Because that's really why you're on YouTube watching Minecraft videos. You don't want to see me mine for 2 hours, do you? I mean, maybe you do. That would make these videos easy. But since we're jumping into this world for the first time, well, you are. I've put in a little bit more time than that. Figured it might be a good idea for us to just kind of see what's already happened, get you up to speed, and then jump into where we are currently and the projects that I have planned. Or I could just leave you in the dark. I mean, either way is fine with me. All right, enough talking. Let's jump right into it, and we will start with the home. All right, so now that we're out of the whole cinematic, they've taken all the armor off so you can see my very basic skin that kind of looks like me. Let's start at the very beginning. So this is our home, and I know it doesn't look like much. It's really just a box with a weird looking roof, but this is what we call home. But just to kind of give you an idea of where we started over here in this little cave. And as you can see, I got some random chests, which the project that I'm working on now is going to help me eliminate these random chests all around. But this was my first home, right here. I think I had my bed like right here in the open, and we really just got to resource gathering right from the beginning. But we ran into something that was actually a pretty lucky find to just stumble upon within 100 blocks of the world spawn. And that was this right here. So we picked a random cave in the side of a mountain because it looked cool, and we end up with an abandoned mine shaft. I might want to use proper English. Hey, you come back here. Get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. And we created this first mining area, which still has a lot of... Oh, I've got to put my boots on. A lot of stuff in it, including a golden apple. Ooh, that could be handy. But this was it. It's where we got our first diamonds. It's where we got our first bunch of resources. But then it was time to make a decision, because we had this huge abandoned mine shaft up here that we could utilize for different purposes. So we decided to move out of this area. That is quite the gathering of zombies. Oh, here they come. Brains. They don't stand a chance. Although it's very hard to aim with this zoom. I'm trying my hardest right now. Oh, look at you. Where are you all coming from? Get out of here. Whoa, hey. Enough of this. Enough. Okay. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Where are they? Where are they all coming from? Oh, he's got a sword. Get back. Okay. Whew, that was close. So this area probably doesn't look like much now. But when we first started, this was where all of our farming happened. This was our original farming area, our food supply. And it's pretty empty now, but there's still some remnants here. We got what used to be a chicken farm, which is now just an egg farm. And we have our sugarcane farm back here, which we'll get to in a second. But we've also got this guy who, well, as bad as I might feel for him, now spends his days in a glass tube, having shears shot at him every time he eats. He won't even look at me. Yeah, so like with all worlds, as things progress, you start to move things to different areas that make a little more sense, and you start tearing down the old stuff. But the one thing that we haven't torn out of here yet is our sugarcane farm. And this is a very simple sugarcane farm. Observers at the end and pistons on each side, breaking them out every time the observer's triggered. They come in here, which you can see it's not producing a ton, but it's definitely producing enough for us. And originally I had all the sugarcane just coming down to a hopper here and going over, but we were losing so much sugarcane that was just sitting on top there that I decided to go and put in a hopper minecart, which is preventing us from losing the sugarcane, which is great, but the unloading system just isn't working right. I think it's because of the way I have it built up, but the minecart's supposed to stop there and unload all of its goods before it keeps going. But at this point, it drops off one, and then it keeps going. So while it doesn't function as intended, it works well enough for us. It's not much to look at. I tried to do a little bit of decoration here, but this marked our first venture into automating our world and giving ourselves less to do so we could focus on other things. And this project really got the ball rolling. So other than the house, this was our first kind of, I want to make something look somewhat decent building project. It's not the most elaborate or detailed project, but it's serving its purpose. It's a simple fishing dock that we've created here off to the side in the river that kind of runs through our land here. But yeah, this was our first kind of, hey, you know what? Let's plan something and build something that looks not only like it's man-made, but has some detail. It's not just a block in the middle somewhere where we can put our fishing line out. So we built up this little island with some dirt, and we put some retaining walls around the edge, and then we built a dock off the edge here so we can just stand here and fish. Now, I'll be the first to admit that we don't use it a whole lot, but it was our first method of getting enchanted books and food and other goodies. Well, when I say goodies, I mean junk, but I think you get it. It's where we did our fishing. So we're back to our home, and right around the same time as we did the fishing dock, we decided it was time to move out of our cave and give ourselves something proper to put our bed in. And when you come in, it's not much, but it's been our home, and it's served me very well. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the first pet that we had in this world, my cat, Artemis. Why is he sitting on top of the grindstone, you ask? Well, if he doesn't sit up there, he either sits on my chest, which doesn't allow me to get into it, or he sits on this, which it won't hurt him, but it just doesn't look all that great. A cat sitting on top of a stone-cutting blade that is rotating. You and I need to have a long, long talk about that. Well, since we're in the house, we might as well look at the basement. And it looks like an old, musty basement. It's not much to look at. The one thing my basement does have for it is that it does have storage. And as you can see, it's incredibly sophisticated and incredibly organized. It's actually a lot more organized than what I usually have it. But yes, this was our storage area. And as you can see out here, I've got plans. Oh, do I have plans to expand this into something that's actually a proper storage area. Why is there just a random chest here? So yes, it's not a very big basement, and I'm doing some renovations down here. But there's even more to see underneath this humble abode. What is this? Like you weren't expecting that. So that's my elevator, but here is my official mining area, which I'll admit, it doesn't look like much. But this is where we've done all of our mining since moving into the house, and we'll talk about that area down there later. But here is my actual mine, and as you can see, I've been a little bit busy, especially on this side. But I got lucky, and I found something very, very useful while both mining down here and exploring our abandoned mine shaft. Do you see what I see? Yes, it's an invisible tube of water. But no, behind this wall is the skeleton spawner that we ran into very early in the world. And we've created ourselves a little XP grinder with the skeletons. And it's served me incredibly well. And yes, it collects the items for me, and it brings them over to these chests. Looky. Now, I did take some of the bones out of there earlier, but yeah, that's how we've got our experience. We've got arrows, we've got armor, and ooh, that's full. I'm gonna have to start taking that stuff out. And what XP grinder would be complete without its own enchanting area, which has been very, very helpful so far in this world. We've even got all of these books, and yeah, we've got some mending books. I'll show you how we got those next. So if an abandoned mine shaft wasn't enough for us to find on the first day, we also found this, our very own village. And with our very own village, populated with villagers, guess what we can do with that? Create villagers until we're sick of villagers. A big glass box full of villagers. We have so many villagers in here at this point that I don't have a need for all of them right now. But yes, proof that villager breeder works is right there. But what did we do with the villagers that aren't in here? Well, we did a couple things, actually. So what survival world would be complete without some kind of villager trading, right? You get some really good things from your villagers. This guy is special. Why? Because he is the reason I have all those mending books. Yes! Mending for 12 emeralds. Not bad. Now, full disclosure, he's not my original mending villager. I had one before. Tragically, he was murdered by a raid party that I may or may not have accidentally created. But we're not talking about that. Before we had that guy up there, we had this makeshift villager trading area. And you see, we got a few librarians, we've got a toolsmith, we've got a weaponsmith, and we only have one farmer, which I hope to change here very soon. But this guy has been the source of my wealth. Carrots and not pumpkins, but they're all square food blocks, right? But in order to have something to trade, you've got to have some farms. So like my sugarcane farm, which gives me paper, I had to have a melon and pumpkin farm to be able to make some emeralds off of the excessive amount of melons that I've managed to grow out of this tiny farm. Oh my, so many melons. Now, we also used to farm our crops the old-fashioned way, just plant them in the ground, let them grow, and go harvest them. But, well, I got sick of that. So here is our Nano Farm. And because I don't need a lot of crops, this works very, very efficiently for me. Especially considering I have my source of food right here. Here's my cow cooker. And, oh, I think we had some entity cramming issues there. Okay. So that should tell you how many cows are up there. But this thing has been working very, very well for me so far. And look at all the leather we've got. Wow. That's a lot. It's okay, buddy. It'll soon be over. I promise. We also have my chicken cooker, which is working okay. But it's not producing nearly the amount of chicken I would need to sustain my diet. I mean, I'm working hard out here. I need protein. Isn't that what you need if you're working hard with protein? So there's one more thing for us to look at. And I'm sure you've seen it in the background in a few of these shots. But it's the crown jewel of our advancement so far in this world. Take a look at the iron farm in all its glory. It's so mediocre. Yeah, so it's not the biggest iron farm ever. And with the updates that villagers and villager mechanics have undergone in the last year or two, iron farms are incredibly easy to build, and it was one of the first things I set out to do after I had bred all the villagers, and we're almost going to get into that second chest. But this thing doesn't run a ton, but you can hear it right now in the background. I'm going to try to see if I can get some kind of shot of it having the iron golems actually fall down. Yeah, there we go. See? Oh, yeah. Beautiful. And they come in here and they spend their last moments in agonizing pain, which, I don't know. Should I feel good or bad about that? I think that eases my, whoa, there's a skeleton. Is there a skeleton in there? But I think that chest of iron eases my pain a little bit. There is. Hello, buddy. Come here. As you can see, it's producing pretty well for us. There are a few times where it's not producing as much, and I think it has something to do with villagers spawning in cats. Because every now and then I won't see a lot of iron golems in there, but then I'll just see this random cat running around. Like, okay. But right now it's functioning pretty well, and we have all the iron we can need. So this is my first tree farm, like actual tree farm that's not just a bunch of trees planted. And actually, this is for your 2x2 or your I call them 4 wide for whatever, but your 2x2 trees, which we have a lot of spruce, and I wanted to make sure that we had enough spruce logs and wood to build with because I've been using a lot of that as just building. So I put this in here so I wouldn't lose any of the saplings and any of the other drops. Although I got some bones and arrows in there for some reason. I think the skeletons, when it turns daytime, they like to run up here and go, ah, that's comforting. So while that tree farm there works well for getting the spruce that we need for building, we needed something a little more industrial for the oak trees in order to have wood for things like planks and chests and hoppers and sticks, which we do get from this farm. And it's nothing incredible. I mean, this is my try at leaf crushers, which they work well enough. I mean, it's not too bad. But let's see if we can just get this in action here real quick. The one drawback I always despise about this type of tree farm is the amount of bone meal that it takes to grow these trees. And of course, it calls me a liar. As you can see, it detects the trees grown, and these pistons with glass on them come out and smash as many leaves as possible. I know there's ways to do it from top as well, but quite frankly, I'm just not that good at redstone. Now, while I may not be that great at redstone, I did kind of take some other designs and then create my own. So, like, I would look at other tree farms for, like, this mechanic here. You know, just to, okay, how do you power this repeater to power the block, to power that repeater to get the pistons moving? Really just to get the basics of the mechanism. And then I came in and added the piston walls here and my pusher wall here with an observer and a couple repeaters. And so while the mechanism may not be anything new to many of you, this was my taking other people's work and calling it my own, because that's how I roll. I steal your ideas. In a world where there's trees, I destroy them. What am I thinking? Yeah, so it's not the world's most compact, most efficient, most resource-friendly tree farm that's ever been created, but I've been using it a little bit, and it actually has really served me very well so far. I've been taking all the wood over to the base and storing it because we need a lot of chests, we need a lot of hoppers, because we need to get our storage area set up properly. And that is what we're going to go look at now. Yeah, I don't think I feel bad about that one bit. Oh. I'm getting ready to set up a shot, zombie. Why are you here? That's what you get. You ruined my shot. All right, so before I was so rudely interrupted, and yes, zombies can have some manners. We find ourselves back in my storage area, or at least the hole that is dug out next to my storage area. Because here in the next few episodes, we're going to be doing some work down here to get this more conditioned, or I guess better capable. I am just mixing up a bunch of words, but we're going to make this a much more suitable area for a storage and some automatic sorting and some manual storage, because we don't need to automatically sort everything, but our main blocks, like our building blocks, we can definitely automatically sort. Our resources we can automatically sort. as well. But there are other things that we can just still put in the system, but just put them into some bulk storage. And that's really our next step in making sure that we aren't spending a lot of time going to chests and going, I need wood. Which chest is it in? Not that one, not that one, not that one. You know, like we all go through that. If you don't go through that, you're a liar. But this is where it's going to be. And it means that our base is getting a little more permanent. It's becoming less of a starter home mining shack and more of a, I don't know, like a red herring to the activities that are actually going on underneath us, because there's other things that we're going to be doing. I mean, we've got our storage area here. We've got our mining area down here. I love this. And we've got our skeleton farm over here. But this area that we said we're going to talk about later, look. Oh, perfect timing. Perfect timing. Come here. Come here. Yes, that's right. Oh, hey. That went right through you. But yes, we have ourselves a slime chunk here. But that's not all. That's not all, folks. Act now, and you can kill these little slimes and get slime balls. No, that's definitely not all, because over here, we also have a slime chunk. So my plan here in the near future, after we get our storage all taken care of, we're going to have a dual chunk slime farm. And I'm going to do it a little bit differently than what I normally do to try to save some time and effort. But we are going to be swimming in slime balls. It is going to be epic. Just to kind of talk it through. So we're going to have these two chunks here. I'm just going to build the platforms out as big as the chunk is. And then both going that direction and in that direction, I'm going to clear it out even more, and we're going to have the slimes kill themselves on magma blocks, and get it all picked up with mine carts with hoppers, and store it somewhere. And we're going to use iron golems to lure them to their death, so we can use their remains for things like sticky pistons and slime blocks and sticky pistons. Yeah, that's about all you can use slimes for. But we've got some big plans. We've got some great things, and I'm so excited that I'm going to get to share them with you. But that is all we're going to have for today. Let me stand by Artemis here while we tell you good night from the world of Joshiebear. I don't know what we're gonna call this world yet, but it's definitely a single player Let's Play. Let me know what you want to name the world, or what you want to name the house, because before we had Casa del Joshiebear, and Casa del Joshiebear was pretty cool. We need a good name for this place. So let me know what you think down in the comments. But while you're there, hit that like button. Thumbs up that stuff. Hit that subscribe button. Ding the bell. Ding, 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 ding. And you'll know when I'm posting new videos. Also, if you want to see more from this world, join me on Twitch. I'll be streaming on Saturdays and Sundays. Maybe a few extra times during the week. You know, when I'm avoiding my other responsibilities in life. Yeah, we'll have fun. We'll have conversation. And maybe some old friends will show up. I hope. All right, so that's really all we got time for. I'm Joshiebear. Thanks for joining me and starting this adventure that I've already started without you, because I'm selfish and I need that self-gratification now, and I don't care when you get yours. No, I'm kidding. I'm glad you could join me, and I hope you join me for future episodes. I'm Joshiebear. I'm out of here. I'll see you later.